Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Danny Reeves, editor-in-chief of DLXVRSN magazine. And today we have a very special guest. Peirce is with us. She is the global phenomenon, superstar, singer-songwriter, and we cannot wait for you to watch. Stay tuned.
Make a wish on 11/11. Cities apart. Never knew that it would be a bad thing. You only played with my heart.
I have goosebumps. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And Peirce in the house with DLXVRSN magazine. Thank you so much for that beautiful serenade that you just gave me. That's with your new single, 11/11.
Yes.
It's out now, right?
It has been released for about a month now. I'm super excited. It's my first release in the US, so we're just really marketing it right now and trying to get it out there and have more people stream it and listen to it and connect to the song.
What is it about? I mean, it's a love song, right? Like kind of like a heartbreak song. Where did you draw inspiration from this?
It is definitely a heartbreak song, but I feel like it can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. Like it could be interpreted in a sense of a dream that you have, a longing for someone, maybe a loss of a loved one. It can really be interpreted in a lot of different ways. But for me personally, I did write that song because of a heartbreak.
Heartbreaks are what gives us the greatest songs in the world.
It's the best inspiration, 100%, just because you have this overwhelming feelings and just so much emotions going through your head. So putting that down on paper and just, especially for an artist, because I feel like writing songs is kind of like my diary. Mm-hmm. So putting that out on paper just really helped me get over it and kind of helped me through the experience.
And this was a breakup?
We were together for 2 years. He moved to America with me actually to pursue my dreams here and just didn't work out. So it was a hard one.
Well, you can thank him though for this incredible journey with 11/11, right?
Thank you. Yeah, no, of course. He's an amazing person. I wish him nothing but the best, but I 100% got a really good song out of the relationship. So out of anything bad, there's always something good.
That's amazing. Well, let's start from the beginning because you're originally from South Africa and you moved to the United States. That has to be such a difference when it comes to the industry. How do you balance coming from South Africa to the United States?
It was definitely a really hard transition. It's not the easiest thing in the world, like leaving your friends and your family behind to pursue a dream in an unknown country. So it was really scary in the beginning stages of it all. But honestly, the industry there is so different from the industry in America. I feel like South Africa is a really small country, very much everyone kind of knows everyone. Small town, so like you can't have a secret. Everyone will know all of your business. But it's really amazing because they're very supportive. It's really easy, in my opinion, to start up a career in South Africa because it's smaller and kind of more community-oriented. But coming to the US, just how big it is, I mean, that's kind of a blessing as well. Depends on how you want to view it because there's so many more people to share your music with. And that's kind of the ultimate goal, is just reaching as many people as you can and changing as many lives as you can. So to me, that was my inspiration and my motivation to come to America.
I feel like a lot of music artists, they really want to make it in the United States.
100%. I feel like the US is kind of the musical hub of the world, if I can explain it like that, especially LA. That's like where all your top producers are, your top managers, or your record labels. So America's definitely the place you would want to be if you're trying to have an international, long-lasting career. But it's extremely hard to make it here. It's a lot about connections. There's a lot of money that's involved. But especially now because of social media, I feel like it's really easy to connect to the viewer and to connect to your audience. Oh my gosh, excuse me.
It's okay, that bracelet.
This bracelet keeps on falling. But yeah, just connecting to your viewer and connecting to your audience. So I don't know, I feel like music and the industry is definitely taking a turn from what it was 20 years ago and to what it is becoming now.
But you come from a really great background. You were signed with Sony in South Africa. So does that give you some leverage here in the United States?
To be 100% honest, I don't think so. I don't think it necessarily gives you leverage, but what it did give me was a lot of experience, because now I have the understanding and the knowledge of knowing how to work with these, with the record labels, how to work with A&Rs, how to work with 20 people on your management team. It's just, it gave me a lot of experience and definitely helped me in South Africa to support my music in the beginning. So that was definitely a blessing, and I'm so grateful that I got that opportunity at a really young age.
Experience is wealth, I honestly think. And if the music industry is more difficult in the United States, you came prepared, I feel like.
Exactly. So that's something no one can ever take away from me.
Absolutely.
Is experience.
Now, you mentioned social media, and I love everything that you're doing on social media. You're like this beautiful angelic fairy on social media. And you mentioned how important keeping up with social media is for your career. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, of course. Social media is really important to me because when it comes to me as a songwriter and as an artist, I don't just want the music to give you a feeling, which is obviously what music is supposed to do. It's supposed to kind of draw a feeling out of you. But I want it to be very visual as well. Like, I want to create a story. I want to create a world. I want people to be a part of that, and I want them to immerse themselves in it. So to me, social media is kind of a tool just to get those visuals across easier now than it was 20 years ago with music videos for every single release and things like that.
So when we're talking about social media, I did see that 1111 went viral on TikTok, and that's pretty amazing because that's not easy to do.
100%. Yeah, I did a little whistle note that I think was something very unique, especially in dance and pop music these days.
Don't know.
It's
tell the older generation what whistle note.
It's just it's very high up in your range.
Oh wait, so this is not a trend. This is definitely
it's very much vocal technique.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a vocal technique, something that Mariah Carey is known for, and Ariana Grande when they do those little whistle notes. Can you do it?
I just made you sing earlier.
I'll try and do a little. Way better than that. But that's kind of that will give you the idea of what it was noticed.
Okay, so breaking glass.
Breaking glass. Opera singers do that a lot as well.
Okay, so that went viral.
That went viral because it's just unusual to hear that in
absolutely
any type of dance pop song. So that's kind of something that I feel like also makes my music a little bit unique, because I really try and bring out a lot of vocal technique and mix that and incorporate that in the more recent trending type of sounds like techno and electronic dance pop music.
So did that catapult maybe your career a little bit, this viral moment on TikTok?
100%. A lot of singers are actually enjoying the challenge of just trying to do the whistle note, and it's really fun. It's really fun, especially if you're a musician and you're a singer as well. I recommend you try it out.
I love really that. You're right. It's not something that you really hear. The only people that I really think that I would recognize that is Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande. Yeah, I don't really hear a lot of people using that, and so that's amazing. That definitely sets you apart.
Something unique that I love, and I mean, I've been doing vocal training since I was a little girl, so I'm very passionate about taking care of my vocals and also trying to kind of bring that back into the industry. Like Christina Aguilera, love her, look up to her a lot, like just someone that's insane with her vocals. So I think we need more of that these days.
Absolutely. And we were just talking about how, the environment can affect the way we speak with allergies and everything. And I know that vocalists struggle sometimes with, it's a muscle that you have to really take care of. What are some of your routines that you do before a show or before you step into the studio?
I'm definitely a huge fan of honey ginger herbal tea.
Okay.
I think that's amazing just to soothe your throat. I use these little pastel gummies from Amazon. They're amazing. They also just kind of soothe your throat. And ultimately, try and do at least 30 minutes to an hour vocal warm-ups every single day just to take care of your voice and just to keep that muscle what is the correct word? Activated.
Do you take a whole day the day before you go into the studio and not talk to anybody? That would be such a great excuse to just have your alone time. Be like, I'm sorry, I'm recording a song tomorrow. I cannot talk to anybody.
You know what? On days that I really don't feel like talking to people, I'll definitely use that as an excuse. But it honestly depends on the climate. It depends on if it's colder or warmer, or like where you're at and which state you're in. That plays a big part on your vocal cords and if they tense up or not.
And we're in Las Vegas, the driest place, so I'm sure you're focused on your vocal cords.
I am definitely not speaking at least 24 hours before recording.
Now you know if she goes silent on you and ghosts you, that's why.
Not trying to be rude, I'm sorry.
Now I want to talk about your style because you're so freaking cool. You're giving me Y2K Bratz dolls all the way. I know that you mentioned Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. Now that's my generation, and I feel like they definitely set a vibe and a tone to pop artists. Is that who you get inspiration from?
100%. I feel like the 2000s was just such a cultural significant moment in history, like in pop culture.
That, and we literally lived through that. And I look back at all of my pictures during the 2000s, and I'm like, what was I wearing? Like, what were we wearing that didn't even match? But somehow your generation has taken that and, I don't know, revamped it a little bit to make it, we didn't know what we were doing. We literally were going to the club in cocktail dresses, high heels, but you guys have made it very cool, edgy, and it matches.
It matches. No, but I love that. It's honestly, I take so much inspiration from that because I feel like in the 2000s, people just really wanted to be who they truly were. Like they weren't afraid to express themselves. And I feel like more people are afraid to express themselves these days because there's so much judgment going on, especially online and cyberbullying. So it's just harder to express yourself than it was back in the day. So I really take inspiration from the fashion and the culture and just the way that people chose to live their lives.
And you talk about mental health a little bit, and your music speaks about mental health. And the music industry can really challenge that. What advice would you give younger artists that maybe face bullying or criticism online because they're a singer and really being themselves or really unique? What advice would you give the younger generation? Even though you are the younger generation.
No, that's really
aspiring music artists.
Yeah, no, of course. I think ultimately this is one of the hardest industries that you can pick to be in. Being a musician is not easy these days, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I think if you have a passion to be an artist, you should pursue that. There's a reason you have that. Don't ever let that go. Don't let anyone tear you down. And even though it really, it's hard sometimes. It's hard to have the criticism not really get to you, but try not to read the comments as much. That's my advice. Try and stay away from the comments. But ultimately, just remember who you are. As long as you love the person who you are, your family loves you, that's all that really matters. I mean, everything else is just kind of an effect that comes with music and something that happens naturally. Everyone gets it. Everyone gets hate. It's just how you deal with it. And if you're a good person, there's no reason to let another person's opinion affect your life and your thoughts and your energy.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer that if you believe in God or the universe, I was talking to your mom earlier, and so this is where this topic is leading from, but I asked your mom what age were you when you first started singing or noticed that you had this talent? And I think that God really, or the universe, whatever you believe in, really plants this seed at such a young age. And if you feel like that is the direction you're supposed to take, if it's that strong of a feeling, then that is telling you something, that really is something that you should be pursuing. And so all those keyboard haters, that's their job too, is to be haters. And I feel like if you really have that passion in your heart, you can't let anybody or anything stop you.
Exactly. And that goes for every career, not just being a musician. But if you have a passion for something, go and pursue it. It's put there for a reason. That fire, that spark within you, it's there for a reason. Don't just let that go.
Absolutely. Now you are promoting your EP. Tell us a little bit about this because it's so exciting.
I'm super excited. So 1111 is kind of the start of the EP. This is going to be the first single release of the EP. There are 2 more singles coming after that, and then we're officially dropping the EP. But I'm just going to say this EP is going to bring so much joy, laughter, fun back into the world, being yourself, feeling like you can just ultimately live out your best life without any judgment. That's what I'm trying to create here. And that will be releasing at the end of the year. It will be around, I can't say the exact timeline, so I'm going to give you guys kind of like, let's say between August and December.
Okay, we get like a Christmas gift.
A Christmas gift, a little Christmas gift. Yeah.
You gotta put like a little Christmas song on the EP. That's just my suggestion. Who knows?
Maybe there is one. Maybe there is.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much for joining us today, Shay, and serenading our guests. You're absolutely gorgeous. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much for having me, and you are absolutely beautiful and amazing. I will see you guys soon.
Thanks. You're watching Deluxe Version Magazine.